Good morning, children. Today from I am going to start the online class for you. In the normal classes, I started lesson number 12, reproduction in plants. So in that lesson, I have completed for A3 children, for I completed full lesson, but other classes for it is not completed. So I am going to start with the same lesson. Again, I am explaining here. Okay, you should sit in one place promptly and listen to the lesson, because this lesson is going to come again in the annual exam. That's why I am explaining this one. You have to listen and carefully you have to see the diagrams also what I wrote for the explanation, and you learn to draw that diagrams. Okay, now let us come to the subject. So this is online class for this year, first class. Okay, so this lesson is lesson number 12, reproduction in plants. Already I done, but then also once again I am telling. Got it? So I explained about reproduction. Okay, so what is meant by reproduction? So reproduce means it is producing again. Okay, producing again. Okay, so again means from the parent body, the new individual, new organism is going to produce. So that is what we'll call it as a reproduction. Okay, production of new individual from the parent body is called reproduction. So this and all I explained. Okay, there are two types of reproduction are there, in that asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So coming to the asexual, these we will call them as modes of reproduction. Okay, what is the mode? Next topic is given mode of reproduction. Mode is nothing but what are the types, what are the category in reproduction, it is there. Okay, so we already know that the types of reproduction are the sexual and asexual reproduction. In that asexual reproduction about we'll study. So asexual reproduction means from the asexual, that plant body is having the parts like main parts like the root, stem, flower and buds. Okay, and leaves, like that many parts will be there. Okay, so in that, see, flower we will call it as a main reproductive part. Okay, flower is the reproductive part of a plant body. So from the flower we are getting the fruits and seeds, is it not? So that seeds we will grow in the put in the soil and the new plant is generated there. Okay, it is start germinating and the plants will come from that and it will grow, and again they are going to produce the new individual. Like that, the generation to generation it will pass on. Got it? So from the flower part, if it is produced means we'll call it as a sexual reproduction. Coming to the asexual part means, see, in a plant body, there will be a root part, stem part, leaf part and bud part. So other than the vegetative, other than the flower part, remaining parts we'll call them as vegetative part of a plant body. Okay, so that vegetative part from any one of the part, we will use the bud part, we'll use the root part, we'll use the stem part. Any one of the part is used other than flower part, that we will use for growing of a new organism, to produce the new organism. Okay, so that we will call it as asexual reproduction. This all I revised you. Okay, so types of reproduction and vegetative asexual reproduction, in what are the types are there in that vegetative propagation, that I explained you in the class itself. Okay, for all classes I have done about the vegetative propagation. So we learned so many examples by using the root part, by using the stem part, leaf part and bud part. We are using and generating a new plant. So that is coming under the vegetative propagation. So vegetative parts from, if the reproduction is done, that we will call it as a vegetative propagation. Okay, that is the first method in the asexual reproduction. So today we are going to learn about the second method of asexual type of reproduction, that is we will call it as a budding process. Okay, so we learn today the second type of asexual reproduction. So second type means this is the budding process. This is first. Okay, first one is vegetative propagation. See, first type of asexual reproduction is vegetative propagation, and the second type of asexual reproduction is by budding process. See, this budding process is usually occurring in the organism like yeast cells. Okay, already you learned about how the yeast will be going to form. Okay, so here also they have given how to generate, how to see that budding process in a yeast cell. For that, one small experiment is given in activity 12.3. So this you can see in the activity 12.3. So this budding process we can see in the yeast cells. Okay, so you know yeast, you are already familiar with the yeast cells, is it not? So these are yeast cells, are not all the cells are not visible to our eyes. Okay, some are microscopic also. You had seen these yeast cells in the organisms, in the microscopic as a microscopic organism. Okay. So these are, if they get a little bit nutrients also, they will multiply and grow in number. Okay, multiply and growing very fastly they will grow. Got it? So that's why these organisms are well familiar to everyone, because these we can see in all the food items if it is kept for many days. Okay, so 1 or 2 days you observe, you can see this yeast cell, the fungi will be forming there. So these are the yeast cells. We can see them by our own, by doing one experiment here. Okay, so for this experiment we need the yeast powder. So what are the things are needed? Yeast powder. Yeast powder or yeast cake which is available in the bakery. We are going to use yeast in the bakeries. While they are making the buns or cake, that time they will use the yeast powder. Okay, that yeast powder, a pinch of yeast powder you have to take, and take yeast powder, place it in a container. Any one bowl or container, you can take the yeast powder there. Then add a little water to it. Okay, so this is yeast powder. So in the yeast powder, we are adding little bit of water to it and keep it for few hours. So what will happen? See, this yeast powder is going to absorb the water. Okay, so then you stir it well and add little bit of sugar. Okay, so a spoonful of sugar you are going to add in that water along with the yeast powder. So keep it aside for 1 day in a warmth place. Suppose in a kitchen one corner is there, okay, where it is warm, much sunlight is not falling, no, it is dark and warm, no, so that place you keep it aside. Few hours you keep, or keep it 1 day only, you can observe there. So that what it is made no solution form. In that some yeast cells we can observe there. How it can be observed? Since they are very minute, very small and microscopic in nature, now we cannot observe these cells. So that a drop of that you can take on a slide. See, slide means it is a glass piece. Okay, on that, from this what you prepared the solution, water and sugar and the yeast powder. So that all mixed, you keep aside for few hours, 5 to 6 hours you keep it. Then we can take a slide or a glass piece like this. On this, a drop of that water from this. Okay, from this 1 drop of water we are taking on a slide. Keep it under the microscope. Then you can see the living cells formed from this mixture. Understand? So yeast powder is not living. Okay, only powdery form. And sugar and water, it is not living, it is added there. And after few hours, you can see there is a formation of yeast cells. Okay, how those yeast cells will be? say they will be in irregular shape like this. Okay, since they are microscopic, we cannot see them under the microscope. So when you see under the microscope, one drop of water is enough. There will be several cells will be there in one drop of water. Okay, they are so minute in structure. So a drop of water, if you take, you can observe the cells like this. Okay, so this is an yeast cell. And you be observing there the yeast cell, it is started to form a bud-like structure like this. Means just one side, any one side of the cell, it will little bit protruded out or projection like it is coming out. Okay, so the bud-like structure, it will start to come out from the parent cell. So this is what we'll call it as one yeast cell. Now it want to produce the new cells, new organism. Okay, so this is the parent body. From that, new organisms will come now. The new offsprings, new individual will come now. That is the daughter cells. Okay, so from this body, the first we will see the bud-like structure, and the bud will be coming out. Some parent body from little bit it is coming out. So developing bud we have written here. Okay, so like that it will comes out. Then this nucleus part, it will be divided and move to this cell form. Okay, so half it will be dividing here. So here also the half nucleus will be there. Remaining thing will go to the new bud form. Okay, so when it is able to take its own nutrient, when it is able to perform all the life activities, so that time it gets detached from the parent body and grows as a new individual. Okay, so some are there, some of the buds. See, this is the parent body and this is the one bud. So from this one bud, there will be a chain of buds also. Okay, so buds, multiple number of buds may be forming, and each one, when it is able to get the food, proper nutrient from the surrounding environment, okay, so little bit of water and sunlight, humidity is enough for them. So from that only they can multiply in number. Within a shorter duration of time, they can go for doing multiplication. Okay, so like that, it will be the forming the new chain of buds. New buds are formed, and from each bud later on it will be separated out from the parent body, and it is forming a new organism. This is what we will call it as a budding process. So budding process we will see in the yeast cells. What is budding means? Budding is a process which is a sexual type of reproduction in which an organism going to produce a new individual by forming the buds there. So only we will call them as a budding, this process as a budding process. This we can see in the yeast cells. Okay, so yeast cells we can generate in the house only. Okay, by using the yeast powder. So in this way, we are coming to know about the process called the budding. Okay, so next is the another process that is the third type of asexual reproduction. So that is what we'll call it as a fragmentation. Fragmentation is observed in particular type of alga that is called Spirogyra. Okay, so example for this alga name is Spirogyra. So fragmentation is a method in asexual reproduction. It is occurring in an alga. So what is meant by alga means? Alga is the somewhat slimy mucus layer which is present on the pond, on the surface of the pond. Okay, so wherever water is stagnant and pond in lake, this alga can be seen. Alga is it can be jelly-like thing. Okay, so there will be several types are there: green alga, yellow alga, brown alga, like that. Different colored patches which are floating on the surface of the water, we'll call them as alga. So these alga can synthesize the food, but They are not having a plant body like other plants. Okay, stem part, root part, like that it is not having. Just a slimy appearance, a patch-like appearance, what we find in the pond or lake, we'll call it as a alga. So in that, there will be several types are there in the alga only. So in that particular type, a particular species of alga, we'll call it as a Spirogyra. So name of this alga is Spirogyra. So this is just like a stick or a worm like, okay, one stick, how it is lying, no? Like that it is. If you see under the microscope, then only visible like this. Otherwise, just a patch-like appearance, algas are. Okay, they are not having very well-developed body system. Got it? So this is this alga called Spirogyra. What it does for reproduction purpose. Okay, so that is what it is going to do is, this is the parent body. So when the parent body comes to the matured state, that time it want to produce new individual, means it divides itself into 2 or 3 fragments. Okay, it dividing the parent body only, it is dividing into 2 or 3 fragments. Fragment is nothing but segment, a piece. Okay, so each segment or each fragment, see here it is the parent body is divided into 2 cells. Okay, so this is the parent body and it is divided into 2 fragments or into 2 cells. Okay, so this is one, so 2 daughter cells like that, it is divided. So each one is developing as a new organism. This is what we'll call it as a fragmentation process. This we can see in the alga named as Spirogyra. Understood? So this is formation is done by the new individual are formed by the fragments. That's why this process we will known as fragmentation process. Understand, children? So this all I explained for few children maybe. So then also once again you see this video and learn about that. Now this is the third method of asexual type of reproduction. So coming to the fourth method of asexual type of reproduction, that is the spore formation. Okay, by the formation of the spores. Spores means they are like small seeds only, like structures, but they are not considered as a seed. We will call them as spores. Okay, by spore forming method also, they can produce new individuals. Okay, so this you can see in the example as in a fungi. Okay, better you know the fungi where it will grow. Now only I gave the example of fungi. Okay, we done in the first lesson only about the fungi one activity. Okay, by using a bread slice. Okay, so in the bread slice, you take in a plate or container and sprinkle some water and keep it in a warm place in your kitchen. Okay, so 1 or 2 days you be observing, when it is becoming dry, no, you sprinkle some water and again keep it in a warm place. So within a week, you can see there is a powdery like thing, some cottony mass will be emerging out from that bread slice. That is what we will call it as a fungi. Okay, so these fungi, here we are studying about the fungi which is generated on the bread. We'll call them as a bread mold also. Okay, the fungi which is developed on the bread slice, we'll call that organism as a bread mold. Okay, so this spore formation we can see in the bread mold, or another example as fern. Okay, so another example as fern is given. This is a special type of plant which are not bearing the fruits or flowers. Fern we will call it. And another type is mosses. In the plants called mosses, these are primitive plants. They have not well developed organelles. Organs are particular organs for reproduction, excretion, or other body parts of a plant. They are not bearing. Okay, so like that, without the seeds, these are generating a new organism. Without seeds, they are producing a new organism. So how it is going to form new organism? how they are developing new organism, new individuals in them. Okay, that is one of the method is spore formation. So now come to the spore formation in fungi. Fungi means the bread mold we are taking as an example. If you see the bread mold, so on the bread we have developed the fungi, that a pinch of that one if you take and put it on the slide, how I showed here now. So on the slide you can keep little bit of the bread mold and you can observe under the microscope means they are bearing the structure like this. So this is the structure of a bread mold. So what it is having, just a down one root like structure, we'll call this as a hypha. Okay, so this is the horizontally root like structure, we are calling it as a hypha, and from the hypha it is growing a one filament, one stalk like structure, and a lobe is there, a round spherical structure is there. We'll call this as sporangium. Okay, since here in this the spores are present, we'll call it as a sporangium. Got it? This sporangium is having multiple number of spores in it. Spores means from which from the spores only the new plants can be generated. It is a powdery small powdery like material which is present in the sporangium. Okay, so when this hypha is getting proper nutrients from the bread, it is sucking the nutrients. Okay, so from these advantageous roots, it is sucking the nutrients where it is made from these roots, from it is able to stand on the bread slice and growing. So when it is growing, it is forming a sporangium. This sporangium, it is having a double coat of thick wall it is having. So these spores, no, they are very lighter in weight. Got it. So when they are getting good nutrient, this sporangium, when it comes to the matured state, all spores are well developed. That time it will burst open. So that our outer covering, no, that will be burst opening, and like this the covering will comes down and spores are all it is there, no, inside the sporangium. They will fall on the soil. Okay. These spores are very lighter in weight. So they will be flying in the wherever place is there, wherever it is getting the suitable bottom for that plant to grow, there it is flying and somewhere it falls down on the soil. So on the soil also it is not so easily ruptured because all spores are very neatly coated with the protective layer. So they have a good protective layer, so it is not ruptured. So many days they will be flying in the air only. So when they'll land on the soil, if they are getting the proper nutrients like good temperature, water, sunlight, humidity, all it is getting is there again a new plant. Like this, the new plant, new fungi will be generated. Okay. In this way, the new organism will be produced by spores which are present in the sporangium. So only we'll call this method of asexual reproduction as spore formation method. By forming the spores also, we can produce a new individual. Understand, children? Now, this we saw spore formation we saw in the bread mold. Like that only another category, that is the these are the plants, we'll call them as fern. Okay, another example for this spore formation method, that is the fern. So ferns are, we can see them on the hilly areas, mountain area, and where the shady, marshy areas are there, no? Especially in the forest, much of this ferns we can see. Okay, so these are not they are herbs only, they are not growing its branches, stem part, root part like that, much not developed in these also, and they are not bearing any fruits or flowers. So how they will reproduce means by the spore formation method. So now come to the structure of the fern. Okay, so this is a plant body which is having the leaves and all. So when this plant body come to the mature stage, so this is the plant leaf. So leaf is irregular in shape. So in the back lower surface, no, there it forms small holes. So we'll call them as sori. So in that sori place, it forms the small spores. How the spores are formed in the sporangium in bread mold, no? So here the spores are forming in a place called sori. Okay, sori means it is just a hole, a place where the spores are ejected out. Spores are coming out from the plant body. From this part, the spores are eliminated and they are falling on the land, and if they get proper nutrient, they are also growing as a new organism. In this way, without using any plant body part. So here it is not using the leaf part, stem part, flower part, seed part, it is not there. So that's why from the leaf part, so it will make the sori and few holes like that structures, and from that sori the spores are coming out. It will be eliminated out from the parent body. Like that, new plants it is going to form. So these are the 4 methods of asexual type of reproduction. First one, vegetative method. I have explained vegetative propagation. That is the first method of asexual reproduction. That already I explained to you. This is the second method of budding is the second method of asexual reproduction, and fragmentation is the third method of asexual reproduction. Last one, spore formation is the fourth method of asexual reproduction. So here and all you can see it is not forming any flower or fruits or seeds. Is it no? So these are, we will call them as primitive organisms. Primitive means in them all the body parts are not well developed. We'll call them as organisms. Why? Because if it is a plant, it should have the root, stem, leaves, like that structure. Okay, you can see the budding process in the yeast cell. It is just a cell, microscopic organism it is. It is not bearing any structures like a plant body is having, normal plants. Okay, so that's why we'll call it as an organism. Not a plant also, not a animal also. We'll call it as an organism. Why it is organism means it is not bearing the other structures like root, stem, or the fruits, seeds. Like that, it is not bearing. Okay, so this is what we will call it as the asexual reproduction. It is occurring in usually the non-flowering plants and which are not bearing the seeds. No, like in that plants will go for asexual type of reproduction. Okay, so until now I have explained all the 4 types of asexual type of reproduction. So in the next class I am going to explain about the sexual reproduction. So already I explained you what is sexual and what is asexual reproduction. See, these are all asexual. Asexual means here the reproductive parts are not used. What is the reproductive part? The flower is the main reproductive part of a plant body. Okay, so other than flower, all the parts will consider as a asexual part or vegetative part. Okay, so next to the sexual reproduction means what? So sexual reproduction means it is the production of new individual or new organism by using the seeds. Okay, so without the seeds, which plants are growing? The new plant, new organism, we'll call those all as a asexual type of reproduction. Okay, if the seeds are used there, then it comes under the sexual reproduction. Okay, so in the next class we are going to study about the flower as a main reproductive organ in a plant body, and its parts of the flower. So it is not included in your textbook what is the picture of a flower and what are the parts are there. Just we will see what is the main part which are helpful for generating the new organism. That part about we will study. I will do the diagram and I will explain to you. So as I am explaining you this all, you have to learn the diagrams at least. So in the test what you did, so many not written the diagram because you are not practicing it. Understand? So only I wrote on the board to draw by yourself and draw the diagram and learn it. It is very good to learn from now itself, because in high school you have to draw many more diagrams. In the exam means for 10th standard, there will be several diagrams which may be difficult for you. Okay, from now itself, you learn to draw freehand drawing, you have to draw. With the pencil, scale, with the compass, you are not going to do this and all. So, free hand with, you have to draw. So, that is a skill you have to cultivate in yourself. Okay, I taught you in the class, but then also now again I am telling all these diagrams you have to practice at home. Every day you keep a note that what is given on the board in the online classes related to that also we will ask questions in the exam. Okay, so it may be there in the notes or not there in the notes. It can be taken from the textbook also. So you be writing the points. What I am teaching on the board now, that all points you be writing in your rough notebook. So from that also the questions may be asked for the exam. That's why I'm telling. So you have to listen to the lesson carefully. So in the next class, I'm going to teach you the sexual reproduction in the plant body. Okay. So be ready for that, and notes will be sent through online or I will give on the board only. So until this lesson you return, from next lesson I'll start giving the notes. Okay, until that you be watching this all the classes you should watch and write very neatly in the notes. Okay, as usual last year you done now, in the one of the day will be selected and intimated to you through the WhatsApp only, that which day you have to give the notes and which day you want to collect it back. So all must write and give the classworks. Understand? So by seeing your classwork and your performance in the test, we are going to give the full marks to you. Otherwise, the marks will be deducted. Understand? So all the best, children. So you have to read every day, each and every day, what I am teaching here. Got it? Thank you, Ananya.